Good morning, everybody. I'm Sam Madden. This is Eric Klopfer. So very happy to have you here. I know it's cold, so thank you for braving the cold. We don't have much to say. We're just going to give a few welcoming remarks, and then we'll jump right into the technical program. I'll introduce Shen, but Eric's going to just say a few things, and then we'll get started.
Great. Thanks. Yes, you guys brave the cold so you get the good seats. And thanks for coming. It's great to see so many people here today. AI in education presents both opportunities and challenges. And the challenges right now just sort of add to the many challenges that we have in higher education. I think this is a little bit different than some of the other challenges we face right now in that we have more of an influence on the outcomes here. There are a lot of outside forces with respect to AI in education, but I think we can play a significant role. And I was thinking about this challenge this morning, and I just saw this morning an article, a survey that was done on Gen Zers. So those are our students. And the interesting thing about this survey was that it looked at what are their attitudes about AI, and specifically with respect to the way they use it to learn, and then how do they actually use it. And there's definitely a duality there because they know that it can harm their learning. They know that it can sort of shortcut their learning, but they're still using it anyway because they feel an urgency to sort of learn quickly, get around things. And it's a big dilemma that they face. And I see this in my own students, and many of you may have seen this as well. I see it in my own students where I'll ask them about their attitudes about AI. And they say, I know it can, if I use this, it could shortcut my learning. I may not really sort of take away what I want to. But, in the last 2 weeks of classes, I saw a lot of AI leaking into their papers because their backs are against the wall. And when you need to do things for efficiency, sometimes what you know and what you do become different things. So I think this is a really important challenge for us to face here because I think this is not just a technical challenge. The ways that AI works in education, while I think technology provides an often really interesting intersection with that, and we can think about ways we can make it better. I think this is a multidisciplinary problem, and it's great to see people from so many disciplines here today that are thinking about how we take on this challenge. And I think it's representative of the way we think about educational challenges at MIT more generally. I've studied education here for basically my entire professional career. We don't have a school of education, but what we do have is a community of people who are concerned about these issues, and we have people who approach them from different perspectives. So to think about AI in education, we need to think about not only the technology, but we need to think about the pedagogy, the learning sciences behind it. We need to think about how it intersects with all the disciplines. We need to think about how this influences students' civic lives as they think about creating and sharing media online. We need to think about how it affects their professional lives and understanding how what they're going to need to know when they get out of here. When you think about what does the changing landscape of work look like right now. How they communicate, how they interpret communication from society. There's so many different intersections with AI and education, and it's important that we take this on as a larger community here at MIT from so many disciplines that we represent. So with that, I'll say just thank you for coming here today. I'm really glad that so many people are engaging in this. I think we'll have more people as the day moves along. And I hope this is also just sort of a beginning of a conversation. Sam and I are leading a committee across the semester, and we'll try to intersect with as many people as we can. We'll close today with some surveys, which will give us some pointers to the future, what you guys are interested in, what we should be thinking about on this committee, and then particularly your names and email addresses if you want to intersect with us specifically. So with that, I'll say thank you, and I'll introduce the first speaker.